Right now, as you're watching this video, there is a vegetable sitting in your refrigerator, one that you have probably walked past 100 times, that eye doctors are now calling one of the most powerful natural protectors for aging eyes. And no, it is not carrots. I know that sounds strange. We have all grown up hearing that carrots are the key to good eyesight. But what I am about to show you today is going to completely change the way you think about protecting your vision after the age of 55. Because here is what most people do not realize. After you turn 55, your eyes start losing something critical, a natural shield that protects the most sensitive part of your vision. And once that shield gets thin enough, you become a target for cataracts, macular degeneration, and the kind of slow, creeping vision loss that most people do not even notice until it is too late. But there is one common vegetable, something you can pick up at any grocery store for less than $3, that can actually help rebuild that shield. And the most surprising part? Research is showing that when you eat it at a specific time of day, your body absorbs it far more effectively. My name is Dr. Michael Carter. I have spent over 25 years working with patients over 50. And I can tell you that the number one regret I hear from patients dealing with serious eye problems is this: I wish I had known sooner. So if you are over 55 and you want to protect your eyesight for the years ahead, stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I am about to share could be the simplest thing you do this year for your eyes. Before we get into it, if you find this helpful, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you stay until the end, because I am going to give you a 5-minute recipe that makes eating this vegetable incredibly easy. But first, let me explain what is actually happening inside your eyes right now. Something that most people over 55 have no idea about. Here is something your eye doctor probably has not explained to you clearly enough. Your eyes are not just getting older, they are getting damaged, slowly, silently, every single day. Let me explain what I mean. At the very back of your eye, there is a small, incredibly important area called the macula. The macula is responsible for your central vision, the sharp, detailed vision you use to read, to recognize faces, to drive, to see the world clearly. Without a healthy macula, everything in the center of your vision becomes blurry, distorted, or dark. Now, when you are young, the macula has a natural protective layer. Think of it like a pair of built-in sunglasses at the cellular level. This layer filters out harmful blue light, neutralizes dangerous molecules called free radicals, and keeps the delicate cells of your retina safe. But here is the problem. After the age of 50, that protective layer starts to thin. Year after year, it gets weaker, and your body cannot rebuild it on its own. It needs very specific nutrients from the food you eat to maintain that shield. Without those nutrients, 3 things start happening. First, oxidative stress builds up. Free radicals, unstable molecules generated by sunlight, screen time, and normal metabolism, start damaging the cells in your retina faster than your body can repair them. Second, your risk of age-related macular degeneration goes up dramatically. This is the leading cause of vision loss in Americans over 60. And in its early stages, you feel absolutely nothing. No pain, no obvious symptoms, just a slow, invisible decline. Third, cataracts begin forming faster. The lens of your eye becomes cloudy, making everything look foggy or washed out. And here is what makes all of this worse. Your eyes actually try to repair themselves every single night while you sleep. But if your body does not have the right raw materials available, that repair process fails. So the real question becomes, what exactly does your eye need to run that nightly repair? The answer comes down to 2 compounds that most people have never even heard of. The 2 compounds your eyes are desperately waiting for are called lutein and zeaxanthin. Now, I know those sound like complicated chemistry terms, but stay with me. This is actually very simple once you understand it. Lutein and zeaxanthin are natural pigments. They belong to a family of nutrients called carotenoids, the same compounds that give certain fruits and vegetables their deep, rich colors. But unlike most nutrients that go to your muscles, your liver, or your bones, lutein and zeaxanthin have a very specific destination in your body. They go straight to your eyes. More specifically, they concentrate in the macula, that critical area I just told you about. Once they arrive, they do two things that nothing else in your body can do. First, they act as a natural blue light filter. Every time you look at a screen, step outside into sunlight, or sit under fluorescent lights, blue light waves are hitting your retina. Lutein and zeaxanthin physically absorb that blue light before it can reach the most sensitive cells in your eye. They are literally a pair of internal sunglasses that you cannot buy at any store. Second, they work as powerful antioxidants right at the site where damage is happening. They neutralize free radicals directly inside the macula, preventing the chain reaction of cellular damage that leads to macular degeneration. Now here's the critical part that most people miss. Your body cannot make lutein and zeaxanthin on its own, not even a tiny amount. The only way to get them is through the food you eat. And after the age of 50, your body's ability to absorb and transport these compounds to your eyes becomes less efficient, which means you need to be even more intentional about getting enough of them. The landmark study that proved all of this is called the AREDS2 study, the Age-Related Eye Disease Study, conducted by the National Eye Institute. This was one of the largest eye health studies ever done, involving thousands of participants over several years, and the results were remarkable. Participants who increased their intake of lutein and zeaxanthin showed a significant reduction in the progression of macular degeneration and a measurable decrease in cataract risk. The science is settled on this. These two compounds are essential for aging eyes. So the next logical question is, where do you get them? And this is where the biggest myth in eye health needs to be corrected. If I asked you right now, what is the best food for your eyes? I would bet most of you would say carrots. And I understand why. We have all heard it since childhood. Eat your carrots, they are good for your eyes. It is one of those health facts that everyone just accepts without question. But here is the truth. Carrots are not the eye superfood you think they are. Now do not misunderstand me. Carrots are not bad for you. They contain beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. And vitamin A is important. It helps your eyes function in low light conditions. It supports what we call night vision. But here is what carrots do not do. They do not deliver meaningful amounts of lutein or zeaxanthin. And as I just explained, those are the two compounds that actually protect your macula from degeneration, filter blue light, and fight the oxidative damage that causes cataracts. Vitamin A helps you see in the dark. Lutein and zeaxanthin help you keep seeing at all. There is a big difference. And the carrot myth actually has a fascinating origin. During World War II, the British military spread propaganda claiming that their fighter pilots had extraordinary night vision because they ate lots of carrots. The real reason was that the British had developed a secret radar system and did not want the enemy to know about it, so they credited carrots instead. And somehow, that wartime cover story became a health fact that has lasted for over 80 years. The reality is that if you are over 55 and you are relying on carrots to protect your eyes, you are solving the wrong problem. So if not carrots, then what? Which vegetable actually delivers the lutein and zeaxanthin your aging eyes need? The answer might surprise you. The single most powerful vegetable for your eyes, backed by more research than almost any other food in this category, is spinach. I know, it does not sound exciting. There is no exotic name, no expensive supplement, no complicated preparation, just spinach. The same leafy green that has been sitting in the produce section of your grocery store this entire time. But let me show you the numbers, because this is where it gets impressive. 1 cup of cooked spinach contains approximately 20 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin combined. To put that in perspective, most eye health experts recommend getting at least 10 milligrams per day for meaningful protection. That means a single serving of cooked spinach gives you roughly double the recommended daily amount. Compare that to carrots. 1 cup of carrots gives you less than 1 milligram of lutein. You would need to eat over 20 cups of carrots to match what 1 cup of spinach delivers. The difference is not small, it is enormous, and the research backs this up consistently. The AREDS2 study I mentioned earlier found that higher dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin at levels easily achievable through foods like spinach was associated with reduced progression of age-related macular degeneration. Multiple follow-up studies have shown similar results for cataract prevention. Now, there is one important detail here that most people get wrong. Raw spinach is good, but cooked spinach is significantly better for eye health. Here is why. Lutein and zeaxanthin are locked inside the cell walls of the spinach leaf. When you cook spinach, those cell walls break down, releasing far more of these compounds for your body to absorb. Studies have shown that cooking spinach can increase the bioavailability of lutein by up to 3 to 4 times compared to eating it raw. So that handful of raw spinach you throw in your salad is helpful, but it is not giving you the full benefit. Cooking it, even lightly sautéing it for 3 or 4 minutes, makes a major difference. I should also mention kale. Kale is another excellent source of lutein and zeaxanthin, with numbers very close to spinach. If you prefer kale, you will get nearly the same benefit. But spinach tends to be more affordable, more widely available, and easier to prepare, especially for people who are not used to cooking with leafy greens regularly. Now you might be thinking, okay, I understand spinach is powerful for my eyes, but you mentioned earlier that when you eat it matters. So let me explain why eating it in the evening, closer to bedtime, could make a meaningful difference. This is the part that almost nobody talks about, and it could be the difference between getting moderate results and getting the full benefit from every serving of spinach you eat. Here's what happens inside your body while you sleep. During deep sleep, your body shifts into its most active repair mode. Growth hormone production increases. Inflammation levels drop. Damaged cells throughout your body are identified, repaired, or replaced. This is when your body does its most critical maintenance work, and your eyes are no exception. In fact, your retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in your entire body. It consumes more oxygen per gram than almost any other organ, including your brain. That means it generates a tremendous amount of oxidative waste during the day, and it depends on that nighttime repair window to clean up the damage. When you eat spinach in the evening, at dinner, or as a light side dish an hour or 2 before bed, you are ensuring that lutein and zeaxanthin are available in your bloodstream right when your body enters that repair phase. The timing aligns the nutrient supply with the demand. Eating spinach at breakfast is not bad. You will still absorb the nutrients. But by the time night comes and your body is ready to repair your retina, much of that morning lutein has already been used, metabolized, or stored elsewhere. Now there is one more critical detail about absorption. Lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble. That means your body needs dietary fat present in order to absorb them properly. If you eat spinach on its own with no fat, a large portion of those protective compounds will simply pass through your system without being absorbed. The solution is simple. Always pair your spinach with a healthy fat source. Olive oil is ideal. A small amount of butter works well. Even a few slices of avocado alongside your spinach will dramatically increase absorption. This is not complicated. It is not expensive. It is just about knowing the right combination and the right timing. And that brings me to the part many of you have been waiting for, exactly how to prepare it. I want to make this as practical as possible, because the best health advice in the world means nothing if you do not actually follow it. So here are 3 simple ways to eat your spinach in the evening. Each one takes 5 minutes or less. The first option is what I recommend to most of my patients because of how easy it is. Take 2 large handfuls of fresh spinach, that is roughly 2 cups. Put a tablespoon of olive oil in a pan over medium heat. Add the spinach. Add 1 or 2 cloves of minced garlic if you like. Stir it for about 3 minutes until the leaves are wilted and soft. Add a small pinch of salt. That is it. The entire preparation takes less time than waiting for your coffee to brew. And that single serving gives you a full day's worth of lutein and zeaxanthin, absorbed efficiently because of the olive oil. The second option is even simpler. If you are already making soup or stew for dinner, and many of you probably do, just throw 2 handfuls of spinach into the pot during the last 3 minutes of cooking. It wilts down to almost nothing in terms of volume. You barely taste it, and you get the full nutritional benefit without changing your meal at all. The third option works well if you prefer breakfast for dinner or enjoy a lighter evening meal. Make a simple 2-egg omelet and fold in a cup of fresh spinach along with whatever else you like. Mushrooms, tomatoes, a little cheese. The fat from the eggs and any oil you cook with ensures maximum absorption of the lutein. Now, how often should you eat it? For meaningful long-term eye protection, aim for at least 4 to 5 servings per week. You do not need to eat it every single day, but consistency matters. The protective layer in your macula builds up gradually over time. This is not a one-week fix. It is a long-term strategy. And here is one thing to be aware of. Try not to pair your spinach with very high calcium foods at the same meal. Things like large glasses of milk or calcium supplements taken at the same time. Calcium can interfere with the absorption of some of the other beneficial compounds in spinach, including iron and oxalates. It is not dangerous, but it can reduce how much benefit you get from each serving. Consistency, cooking, healthy fat, evening timing. That is the formula. Let me bring everything together so you can see the full picture. After the age of 55, your eyes begin losing their natural protective shield. The layer of lutein and zeaxanthin that guards your macula against blue light, free radicals, and the slow accumulation of oxidative damage that leads to macular degeneration and cataracts. Your body cannot manufacture this shield on its own. It depends entirely on what you eat. Carrots, despite what we have all been told for 80 years, do not deliver the compounds your eyes actually need. They help with night vision, but they do almost nothing to protect against the real threats to your eyesight as you age. Spinach, on the other hand, is one of nature's most concentrated sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, the exact two compounds that the largest eye health studies in history have shown to reduce the progression of macular degeneration and lower cataract risk. 1 cup of cooked spinach delivers roughly double the daily recommended amount. Cooking it dramatically increases absorption compared to eating it raw. Pairing it with a healthy fat like olive oil ensures your body can actually use what it is getting. And eating it in the evening, closer to when your body enters its nighttime repair cycle, means those nutrients are available exactly when your retina needs them most. This is not an exotic treatment. This is not an expensive supplement. This is a $3 bag of spinach, a tablespoon of olive oil, and 5 minutes of your time a few evenings per week. I have worked with patients for over 25 years, and the ones who keep their vision sharpest into their 70s and 80s are not the ones who found some magic cure. They are the ones who made small, consistent choices, day after day, year after year, to give their body what it needs. Your eyes have been working for you every single day of your life. They showed you your children growing up. They let you read the books that shaped who you are. They show you the faces of the people you love. You owe it to them to do this one simple thing. Now, I do want to be clear about something important. What I have shared today is educational information based on published research. This is not a substitute for professional medical care. If you are experiencing vision changes, please see your eye doctor. Regular eye exams are essential, especially after 55. If this video helped you today, please hit the like button. It helps more people find this information. And if you have not subscribed yet, join us here at Silver Vita. I put out new videos every week to help you take control of your health as you age. Take care of your eyes. They are irreplaceable. I will see you in the next one.